Good morning, class.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hapaday.
Hapaday.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Dobry din.
Dobry din.
That's hello in Russian. So that's our new greeting that we'll add to our Guam greeting and Chamorro hello and also our Spanish hello. So we'll start our new region today, and this is an exciting one. This is the Russian realm, the Russian sphere, and so we always start with the same thing. Why did we pick this area? So why did we choose this as a region? So let's look. You can see this from space. So what is the reason that we chose this? Size matters with the Russian realm, right? So Russia is huge. It's the biggest country in the world. What's the second biggest country in the world?
Canada.
Canada. So it's twice as big as Canada. How many time zones?
9.
9. That's huge. So somebody in Moscow here could be eating supper, and what time would it be here? It would be morning, right? So this is 9 time zones away, so it would be all the way into the next day. That is really, really big. So always to start with, let's look at we'll kind of define the boundaries and some main parts of this realm. We'll go into the subregions a lot more later. But just for right now, we'll have to familiarize and let those Russian words roll off our tongue. We'll get better and better at it and try to learn to speak a few Russian words here, okay? All right, so let's start with Russia itself. So again, we have a boundary here. So what is this political boundary with? Europe. And so it goes from this western political boundary with Europe, goes across the 9 time zones, all the way to the water. So what is that ocean over there?
Pacific.
It's the Pacific, right? And how about up here? Arctic. Good. And how about the neighbors down here? What's this big neighbor here?
China.
China. And this? Japan and Korea. Good. And this is Mongolia. And we have Kazakhstan. This mountain range here, the Caucasus. Caucasus. And we said as an earlier aside on Caucasian ethnicity would have an origination in the Caucasus area right here. Caucasian, meaning very light-skinned, and of course, as we talked about before, with human ancestry all originating in Africa, lighter and lighter and lighter skin would mean the amount of time that your ancestors spent in cold climates, and this Russian realm definitely has a lot of cold climate. A lot of cold climate. We'll talk about climate in a little bit. So these mountains are the Urals. Let's go over the main rivers that we're going to cover here. This is Ob, Yenisei, Lena, and Kolyma. Good. This peninsula, Kamchatka, this island chain is Kuril. This island, Sakhalin. It's in dispute right now with Japan. This again is Japan right here. So how about the seas that we'll look at just to give us a little more definition? Okhotsk, Bering Sea, and Barents. So we have Barents, Bering, and who's this neighbor? It looks a little squashed because of our map distortion.
America.
Yes, that's the United States, that's Alaska. Good, and Canada, again, we have a lot of map distortion up near the top especially. So our major cities we'll just cover are the center, the capital is Moscow, good. And we also have St. Petersburg. I think we had on the oval, we had Novosibirsk. And we have Vladivostok. And someday we're hoping that we might have air access from Vladivostok to Guam. And that would be only a 3.5-hour flight. So although Russia is so cold, we can see that it is fairly close to warmer places if you just go south in the Pacific.